What's up, y'all? Larry here, on the way to the gym. Going to do a high volume back day. Pretty much old school bodybuilding for you guys, right? So I know the conversation has now centered around getting in a lot of low volume work. I know it's centered around a couple of top sets, a back off set, things of that nature. So we've gotten away from a lot of what's built traditional bodybuilders. And what do I mean by a traditional bodybuilder? Someone that is full, that is round, that is hard. A lot of the guys that are doing low volume work are big. No, absolutely no question. They're big. But that delineation between muscle groups, the condition, hell, even the hardness, that's gone in a lot of guys. We're not pushing the envelope as much as we need to, and I think that correlates to two things. A trainer online, popular trainer online by the name of Phil Viz, pointed out the combo of growth hormone and insulin, which, according to him, does thicken up the skin. And if that's the case, then, we have that issue. But then also, in my opinion, guys aren't doing enough volume to bring out those delineations. We're not doing enough work. We're doing just enough work, but we're doing just enough to look decent on stage. At the Olympia level, there's not a whole lot of, and maybe it's because I've been watching the Olympia for like the past 20 something years, but there's nothing mind blowing. I mean, Hottie looked great. The progress that Derek Lunsford made looked great. The progress that Sean Clarita made en route to another 212 championship, and now getting ready for the Arnold. He looked great, but a lot of those guys, three specifically, they train with a decent amount of volume. They're not doing two top sets and a back off set. And, there's something to be said for doing lots of long, hard work. There's a saying that you can work out long, but you can't work out hard. And I kind of beg to differ. If you stay locked in, you can do both. And even Jay Cutler has said when he did his volume training, some sets were more beneficial than the other. Now, on the note of junk volume, could it be considered junk volume? It depends on who you ask. I think all volume plays a role, and you need to take what your body gives you, but I just don't think we're doing a whole lot in the gym. And the work that we're doing is making us big, but it's not making us look like a bodybuilder. We're pseudo powerlifters, and I group myself into this category as well, seeing as that I transitioned to a powerlifting background from bodybuilding at one point in my life, and now I've been 10 toes down in bodybuilding for quite a few years now. So I even include myself, but volume training has had a propensity to get people big and fucking strong, like low volume training has. So today we're going to flip the script, and we're just really going to get into some hard work, some real voluminous work for back and biceps. And we're going to go home. We're going to feed the muscle that we just filled up with blood. So kicking it at Iron Heaven Stonegate today. I'm just pulling on to the Maple Street exit. So I'm not too far from the action. The beautiful resort town of Omaha, Nebraska. So let's get into it. So when I talk about volume training, I need people to understand that I'm talking about anything that's over 15 sets for a body part. I usually like to do around about a nice even number of sets, like 20, 22, hell, maybe even 26 sets. I think 26 sets is overkill though. Usually around about 20 sets is good and considered good enough for high volume. Here's the thing though. So, like I've said earlier, some of your sets, some may be more effective than others, right? So you have to be cognizant in the fact that if you want the majority of your sets to be effective, you want to pick a load that you can move for plenty of reps, right? That also factors into the high volume equation. So what I mean by that is that you may go a little bit lighter than what you're normally used to, but you're going to blow that muscle up and just inflate it like a balloon. What we're missing a lot in bodybuilding these days is that nice, huge, round look to the muscles. We're slowly becoming powerlifters with shape, and in my opinion, volume training is the reason why it's gone by the wayside. Is that a lot of guys just don't want to be in the gym long. They don't want to put in that little bit of extra effort, and for a lot of people, it's a mental thing. Again, like I said, you can work long, you can work hard, but a lot of people, we live in a microwave society, so we don't want to lock in mentally in what we need to do for a session like that, right? So the difficulty in volume training is not only physically, but it's also mentally. So, think of ways to get your cognition up for a session. Pre-workouts help, L-tyrosine helps, Liamains helps, various supplements from other supplement companies. I know I've used Brain Plus by Revive Nutrition with great success for long workout sessions. Now, when you're talking about exercise selection, a lot of people start out with a pull down for a back day, a high volume back day, and go the Jay Cutler route. I wanted to front load my session and get the heaviest stuff out the way first. So that's why I went with the rows, the chest supported row, the bent over front loaded nebula row, and then the low row by Arsenal Strength. And then I went to a pull down. And as you see right now, a seated pull. The seated pull at the end of the workout just kind of made sense, especially with these handles and this machine made by Nautilus. So keep in mind that when you're doing high volume work, the exercise selection, once again, is key. But I try to tell people, if you feel good, just take it and start off with your compound movements. Get the biggest bread winner out of the way first, because that's going to have an effect on your sets later on in the workout. I end up with a stretching movement on this after this movement right here. But again, always try to get your rows out of the way first. It's going to, like I said, it's going to make a huge impact. Now, what was the goal set wise as far as this training session goes? Like I said, anything over 20 sets is something that you want to do for a body part that you're training high volume. So with that being said, some sets were 4, some sets were 3. Here I only did 2 sets, or I may have done 3. I'm not sure. I forgot that quick. But in any event, you just want to make sure you get in a good, nice amount of sets to be able to fatigue and exhaust that muscle. Now, also with high volume training, you want to keep in mind, you can only do that once a week. All right. I don't want to see you guys messaging me and talking about, hey, I did 2 20-set back workouts this week. That's not, once a week, 20 sets is quite enough. So guys, please keep in mind that yes, it's good to do these, but you only can do these once a week. Now, I did back and biceps today. Keep in mind that the second body part, I train twice a week. So I'm not going to really do high volume on these. I'm going to do my 6 little sets. You'll see one of these movements that I'm doing, which is the strive curl. And I'm not going really heavy on it. I just really want to pump the biceps full of blood. I did 3 sets here. of 12 to 15 reps. And then I just rounded out the workout with some Nautilus curls and went about my business. Because I do train arms, it'll either be Saturday or Sunday that I do it, and it'll be in grand old time. But like I said, do some high volume work, get your work capacity up, make sure that you're fit enough to do a lot of the work. We don't often talk about how fit we need to be to build muscle, and I'm thankful that Matt Winning and Derek Dolner are bringing that back into the conversation. So guys, if you got anything at this video, please like and subscribe, drop a comment, drop a question, and I'll be sure to get back with you. Y'all have a great day. All right, peace out.